Good evening, family. Welcome to Lone Wolf Firearms Training. I am your host, Juan J. Johnson, coming to you live on this, October 3rd, 2023. And we look to have a great conversation on tonight. Again, October 23rd, 2023. We're going to be talking about current events. Um, just having a conversation on tonight. I'm running kind of late. Feel free to ask any question in the chat. I just want to make sure that we're on every social media platform and we're not being limited. Again, when you're talking about God and guns and talking about change and trying to change, you're trying to change things for the better, you deal with situations. Again, we're here. Let's get to the preliminaries. I am late, so I need you to now share this video. I need you to like it. I need you to unlike it if you don't like it. I need you to go to lwftraining.com. That's lwftraining.com. If you are serious about becoming responsible gun owners and gun users, again, lwftraining.com. If you are interested in becoming a responsible gun owner and gun user, if you want to be a wear and carrier or a concealed carry, those classes are 16 hours, Friday and Saturday from 9 to 5, family. You will be in class. The first day is virtual. Yes, the first day is a virtual class. You probably won't see a gun to the second day because there's so much information that we must cover on that first day. It's a lot of information to cover. We're talking about the laws of the state. We're talking about having conversations about when and when not to shoot, self-defense, home defense. We're talking about suicide prevention. We're talking about conflict resolution. There is a lot that must be discussed on that first day. So we will be discussing everything on that first day. Then that second day, we will be more hands-on. You're going to go over how to assemble, reassemble the gun, how to transport the gun, cover and concealment. Again, which guns, how to store your guns properly, how to transport the gun properly. It's just, family, guess what? Although it's 16 hours, it still may not be enough time. It still may not be enough time. You know what I'm saying? It just may not be enough time, but we're going to do it. We're going to get it in. Also, if you want your HQL, which is your handgun qualification license, which allows you to purchase the gun. Your HQL and your wear and carry are not the same, family. You may have a wear and carry, but if you don't have an HQL, you can't purchase a gun. If you have an HQL and you don't have a wear and carry, you can't carry your gun on you, except if you're transporting the firearm from your house to a repair shop, from your house to the range, from your house to another person's house. Okay. But other than that, that is what the HQL is for. Also, that class is 4.5 hours to 5 hours. You will get certificates for those classes for participation. Also, if you have guns in your possession that you no longer want, I need you to go to lwftraining.com. Leave us a text, leave us an email. We will come out to your location. We will provide the paperwork to transfer those weapons from your property to the company for educational purposes. Okay. Also, if you want intro to basic firearms, you just want to be familiar with the gun, identify the parts, know how to make the gun safe, how to transport the gun when you're going from, again, from the range to your home or from your home to the range, and learn about certain laws that affect you, responsible gun owner and gun user. Again, go to lwftraining.com, and we will make sure that you will get that intro to firearms class. And that right there is an hour and a half class for hour and a half. And it's online too. You don't even have to do it face to face. It can be online. Okay. Also, if you just need to go to the range and you need an instructor with you, if you just, you're scared, you got a gun in your possession, you haven't tested out yet, you're not really sure about it. Again, a lot of people buy these guns out here. They're not sure about these guns. They're not sure. They buy these guns. They don't shoot them. They put them away. They just glad they have a gun in the house. Don't even use it. That gun becomes like a paperweight. Email, leave a message, and we will arrange a date to go to the range where you can do some shooting of your gun, where you can break your gun in. Again, I'm a big believer, if you're gonna buy a gun, you need to shoot that gun. You need to practice with your gun. You need to become one with your gun. Like if you had a sword, a swordsman will become one with his swords. Well, if you got a gun, you need to be one with your gun. Okay? If you want renewals on your wear and carry, that is an 8-hour class. That's an 8-hour class. If you need renewals on your HQLs, okay, give us a call. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. Again, but I need you guys to be serious about becoming responsible gun owners, gun users. This is not the time to be wondering if you should have a weapon in your possession. This is the time. We are in some very uncharted, dangerous times, family. Very dangerous time. We're seeing a record number of people taking chances to commit crimes, whether it's robberies, burglaries, assaults, carjackings. Even on social media, people are doing these pranks. People just taking chances. And I think that, this would be a great time for you to consider becoming responsible gun owners, gun users. Look here. Again, what I'm doing, family, is trying to reintroduce you or reintroduce people back into being responsible gun owners and gun users. That's my goal. Reintroduce you. The guns have always been here. The guns are not going nowhere, family. Again, like I said on several broadcasts, it's 330 million Americans, with the majority of Americans are maybe 235 to 240 million are classified as white, and 45 million or 46 million classified as Black Americans. Then you have maybe 50 million classified as Latino. Then you have those that's mixed in, the Asians, the Pacific Islanders, the Jamaicans, those Native American, the indigenous, and they are the rest. But according to the census, there's 330 million legal Americans. But as I said before, it's 430 million legal guns that they can account for. Again, 430 million legal guns. So it's only 330 million Americans, but you have 430 million legal guns. So, think about it. Every American can have a gun with 100 million left over. The guns are not going nowhere. And just because you don't have a gun, that don't mean somebody else don't have a gun. And again, this is not about fear. I'm not trying to scare you into becoming a responsible gun owner, gun user. I just want to make you aware that you have a Second Amendment right to have a gun, family. That you are you're a citizen of these United States. And the Second Amendment affords you the right to bear arms. You are that militia. You are that well-regulated militia whose job is to what? Protect, secure the free state. You are the one. And the government cannot infringe on your right to bear arms. Now, if you're a felon, if you are a felon, whether you are a violent felon or a non-violent felon, it doesn't make a difference. If you are a felon, you can't carry a gun. You can't have ammunition. You can't own a gun. Again, if you have a felony on your record, you cannot have a gun or ammo, period. Okay? I want to be very clear with this. I know a lot of good people who made some mistakes. They've taken some pleas, okay? And then, so watch this, family. There are people out here who've taken pleas and never did jail time. A felon is a person who spent more than a year in jail. That's what a felon is. You did more than a year in jail. Okay? You can't have a gun. When you took that plea, when you copped that plea and you didn't do the time, but you caught that felony charge, that made you prohibited from being able to become a responsible gun owner and gun user. And even if it wasn't violent, you're a felon. Okay? And a lot of people out here right now are just wishing they had gone to court. They're wishing that, you know what, man, I should have fought this. I should have fought that. I'm telling you right now, fight it. Fight it. If you are serious about undoing your situation, you need to get that situation, that felony, expunged. Get it expunged. I've trained felons who had their records expunged, and now they are responsible gun owners and gun users. I've literally trained them. They told me about their record. Okay. The state did their investigation, and the record was not on there. Once that record is expunged from your record, it's expunged, it's gone. Okay. So do not let your present situation or your past situation, whether you're a felon, violent or non-violent, keep you from maybe applying for the gun permits or the gun licenses. Okay. Again, so that's one issue. Number two, if you have a marijuana cannabis card, prescription card, you cannot carry the gun. You cannot own the gun. You cannot have the ammo. Okay? Now, I'm not talking to you folks who are casual or recreational smokers. I'm talking about the ones who have the prescription, who goes down to the cannabis store, show them the card, and then they start to picking which weed they want. You cannot have a gun. And some of y'all don't even realize it, that I did policing in the 90s. And in the mid 80s into the late 90s, I'm gonna say around 98, 2000, I believe there was a concerted effort to get as many Black Americans on paper at a young age, so that when they get older, they would not be able to purchase a gun. to protect themselves. And I'm also seeing right now with our children in elementary school, in the high schools, and they're putting them on Ritalin, Paxil, Zoloft, and they're making our children uh, say they have behavior problems, and they're putting them on the psychedelic drugs. The longer you're on these drugs, it will affect your mind and your behavior. Okay. And you're not going to be able to have a gun when you get older. Let me say something. That's a very gray area when our parents are taking the suggestions of a teacher to put our children on these drugs for ADD, attention deficit disorder. That's a very gray area, family, because teachers are not professionals. They're not doctors. They're teachers. They're not psychiatrists or psychologists. But a lot of our parents are allowing our children to be put on these drugs early. And when they get to be an adult, because they've been on those drugs for so long, I think that's equivalent to being institutionalized. Because watch this. If you've been institutionalized, whether voluntarily or ordered to go to a mental institution, right? For 30 days, you were disqualified. You can't have a gun. But our children are being put on the medications in kindergarten, first grade, the same medications that you would give to an adult who's going for treatment or who's been ordered to see a psychiatrist. That is a very gray area. Very gray area. I don't think our children are going to be able to have guns. And I think one of the biggest, I think that I think that there's been a concerted effort to keep the weapons out of the hands of a group of people. Okay, as I said before, I am trying to reintroduce to you responsible gun ownership. That is my goal, to reintroduce to you. The guns have always been here. I'm just trying to reintroduce to you to become responsible gun owners and users. Yes, I can talk about a whole lot of things, and I will, because again, as a retired officer and who now is a gun instructor, and I keep my ears to the pavement, I may not say nothing, but I see everything. I may not say nothing, but I hear everything. And I go through great lengths not to echo or to parrot what others are saying, because you know we have to control our own narrative. I've always said this, and I believe this: when you don't control the media, you don't control the narrative. And we don't control ABC. We don't control NBC. We don't control CBS. We don't control MSNBC. We don't control CNN. We don't control Fox. We don't control MPT. We don't control NPR. We don't control none of these media outlets, the Wall Street Journals, the Washington Post, the Washington Times, the Chicago Tribune, Philadelphia Inquirer. We don't control none of these media apparatuses. Okay. But what we do have in our favor is social media has somewhat leveled the playing field. So we don't have to go to these sources, to these media outlets for our information. The legacy media is exactly what it is, just a legacy. Okay. We don't have to go to these sources for our information. Actually, you can be a news person right now. If you really are serious about change, if you're really serious about change, family, I'm talking about the change that you want to see. It's the change that you need to be. The change that you want to see is the change that you need to be. Again, yes, I did. For years, I was saying, I need you to get armed up. I need you to get gun certified. I need you to take self defense because it's around the corner. And then the thought came to me, why don't you become the thing you want to see? And then you trained them. And I did. I became a gun instructor and I trained you. So we have to come to the place where the thing that we want to see and do and have, we must become that. We must become the very thing we want to see. We must become the very thing we want to do. And we must become the very thing we want to have. We have to. We can no longer wait. Wait. What are you waiting for? Again, I've said on one occasion, and I'm going to say it on this occasion. Some of us are just birth certificates waiting on a death certificate. Okay? That is not how you live. Some of us have a fascination with death. So we always watching dead things, The Walking Dead, scary movies, you name it. I don't have that type of fascination. Some of y'all just want some savior to come and kill a third of the population and take you up and rapture you. And uh, again, that's what I call that's an assassin's concept mindset. That's an assassin's mindset right there. I don't have that. Okay. So again, I need us to be serious about becoming responsible gun owners and gun users. I need you to be serious about doing the thing that you believe you can do. I'm not even saying what you was called to do. I'm saying the thing that you said, the thing you believe you can do, which is, I don't know what it is. What I know is this. If you have confidence in yourself, you already, I would say 80% accomplish what you need to do just with confidence. A lot of us don't have the confidence to do what needs to be done. And I do. And hopefully I can encourage you. Hopefully I can encourage you to do what needs to be done. Whatever you're supposed to be doing, I need you to do it today, not tomorrow, today. Make the decision, change your mind. As the scripture says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I need you to change your mind right now. Make up your mind, I'm going to do this. You can no longer depend on nobody else to do what needs to be done. You have to do this. And you're the only one who can do this. Do what? I don't know what it is. You know, I didn't know. I had an idea of what I was getting into when I became a gun instructor. But when I became a gun instructor, I had no idea what I was getting into when I became a gun instructor. The responsibilities, the attention to detail, the information that you got to absorb, and being able to teach people how to kill. Normally, I say stop the threat because that's a more sanitized way of saying kill. Okay, it's more digestive when you can say stop the threat. Okay, but in all actuality, it's a possibility when you decide to stop the threat, the persons, animals may not wake up again. Okay, and as I say often, if I got to stop the threat and you're the threat, that is not my problem. If you don't wake up, if you don't recover, I'm not. It's not mine. Okay, just that serious. So again, let's deal with at least one hot topic right now, and let's deal with the ouster of Kevin McCarthy as the Speaker of the House. Family, we're living in some very unpredictable times. I have not seen in my lifetime on this globe, this country, where the majority party ousted their speaker. And he picked up more support. They picked up more support from his other party, the other side of the aisle. But like I've been saying recently, and I'm gonna continue to say this, you know, McCarthy is not a boomer. McCarthy is Generation X. He was born in 56. I did the research. I may be in my feelings about this one because, again, I believe that the boomers are the problem in America, that boomer leadership is the problem. I believe that boomers need to go, and not just in politics. They need to go in entertainment, they need to go in education, they need to go in labor, they need to go in law, they need to go in housing, in politics. Okay. They need to go in war, human resources. The boomers, the baby boomer generation is the most irresponsible generation that ever existed in America. And I mean that. If you 46, 1946, 1964, boy, but not all y'all, but your leadership, mm, the lies, the betrayals, the deceit, man, there's no group of people in America like the baby boomers. They lied to Generation X. They continue to lie to the millennials. They got more secrets than uh, 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 than 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 they got more secrets uh, than what's that show that came on TV about mysteries with mysteries? I mean, they just. I mean, oh my God. And look at family, when I say boomers, I'm not talking about Republican or Democrat. I'm talking about both of them. I'm not talking about male or female. I'm talking about all of them. The betrayal of the baby boomer generation is so real, and they do not accept personal responsibility. Again, McCarthy, I believe, hold up, hold up. Let me see. Let me make sure that he ain't know they ain't gonna wait. Let me make sure. Where's he? Where McCarthy at? Okay, I think McCarthy is an ex. But anyway, so again, we in some real unpredictable times. We got a president who's fragile, who's not calling the shots, and we got another candidate who is unpredictable. You don't know what he's gonna do, what he's gonna say. Um, I mean, I mean, and they all old, and they all boomers. Trump's a boomer. Biden's a boomer. I think Biden could be beside the generation. Okay. Um, but we again, we just man, we in some we we're in some we America is in some uncharted waters as a nation. We're in some very uncharted waters. And I would dare say this is the time that we as a people need to really stop promoting group economics for the survival of our groups like never before. This is the time I think that we really, really need to really uh, find a way to come together as a people in our groups. It's nothing wrong with cultural pride. Everybody has pride. Asians have pride. Caribbeans have pride. Um, Jamaicans have pride. Uh, Germans have pride. China has pride. There's nothing wrong with Black Americans having some pride. Foundation Black Americans having some pride. Okay. African Americans having some pride in ourselves and what we do. But we also must understand that with pride, we got to also remember that we got to be focused on the resources for our group like never before. We have to be focused on the resources. I've been saying it, I'm saying it again. We need distribution centers. A distribution center would be like a cargo ships, and they had those ports where goods are coming in and bringing those cargoes. Okay, with goods from everywhere to service the people in the nation. We need supply lines. I'm talking about like supply lines, like distribution centers with 18 wheelers, straight bed, drivers, warehouses, where we can basically have foods and products that we could sell among ourselves. I challenge you to go to an Asian community, find one in America, and see how they're living. I challenge you to go to the Latino community and see their stores, see their grocery stores, their mega marts, okay, their foodways. They have stores, they have supply lines, they have distribution centers. Okay. I know Black Americans, we're so wrapped into the fabric of this country that we basically uh, surrendered. We surrendered our stores, our companies, our supply lines in those 20s and 30s. It was right after slavery, but right after the 1865, after the Civil War ended, first 25 years, we had our own stuff, neighborhoods, supply lines, distribution centers. We had to have our own stuff. But then we gave it all up just to be integrated. Gave up our identity, gave up our stores, gave it up. Okay. I just gave it up. I'm talking about gave it up willingly. Okay. I believe everybody who's listening to this tape today or this broadcast, they need to read the book, The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. He documents how we gave it all up. And we sold what we had because we believed by listening to voices who are, I want to say this thing right, who are shields, who are shields, who are protectors of the kings. We gave it up. And we as a community have not been the same ever since. We just haven't. We we are the only group of people in the world who depends on other people for our survival. We are the only people in this nation right now who depend on other people for our survival. Say this again. We are the only people in this nation who codepend on others for our survival. And we have got to stop that. We have got to put it into practicing Black group economic suicide. Say this again. We have got to stop practicing group economic suicide. Okay? And these messages must be spoken every day as a reminder. Again, when you have a word, you don't have to go look for a word. The word is this: stop practicing group economic suicide. Okay? Stop depending on others for the things that we can do ourselves. We have the smarts, we have the intelligence, we have the resources, we have the skills, we have the God particle in us to do what we want to do, to be what we want to be, and to go where we want to go. But we must summon the courage, take personal responsibility. Don't be afraid to fail, and do what needs to be done for the survival of the collective. I'm very serious about this. Very serious about this. I'm very serious about this. I don't want to be talking about this all the time because there's more stuff to talk about. But I know we have to have this discussion like we talk about the guns, like we talk about God. Because look here, I've seen the future. The future is among us. Our children are the future, family. I'm not just talking about your specific child. I'm talking about some of these folks that we're seeing this ratchet behavior on social media. That's they're very impressionable. Man, when I tell you the future is here, and you have to ask yourself the question when you look beyond your own personal situation, your own family, is it bright for us? Is it bright for us as a collective, not as an individual? Because we got to come off that individual tit. We have to come off that individual tit. Okay? We've been sucking on the tit of individuality for too long. We have to work together for the survival of the species. And I mean that. Okay? Again, I mean, I don't talk about this all the time, and I haven't talked about this in a while. Okay? But I felt that this would be a good current event. Again, we talked about Speaker McCarthy. You know, the instability, the unstableness of America's politics. You gotta. Oh, I mean, we're in some charted waters, family. That it's almost like God has suspended the rules. Say this again. It's like the rules have been suspended in keeping together the fabric of this country. Okay? And if you're really paying attention, you can see this clearly. That's why distractions become 24-hour distractions. It's like people are addicted to trouble and fear and drama and ratchetness. Just keep people on the diet of entertainment. Okay. Like the movie from Russell Crowe. Are you entertained? I see you, Christmas man. I see you, Miss Evans. I can't see everybody. Let me see something. I saw somebody on. Oh, Stay Awake join. I see Stay Awake and Evans. I see you. Okay, on Twitter. Thank you all for tuning in. And look, if you have a comment, if you have a question you want to put inside the chat, put it there. Let's have this conversation. Look here, family, I'm different. You will not see me engaging in conversations about people per se. If you want that conversation, go to my go to my Real Talk channel. I really, really want to see change. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to see the change. And when I say, let me say this, let me be very clear. I'm willing to do whatever it takes if it doesn't harm people. But I can't say I won't harm a person because sometimes you take things from people, you could be harming them. I see you. Oh my God. Look, is that Saba? Saba. What's up, Saba? Are you doing that? You're doing that, I think. For the community. Let me put Saba's comment up here. Saba, man, let me tell you something. You know, where your comment, Saba? I can't find it. Okay. It's going to come. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Saba, I want to do more. I want to do more. Correction. I'm going correction. I catch my words. I don't know about nobody else. I am doing more. I don't know where the resources gonna come from. It's not my business. God knows what I want to do. He put the ideas in me, and these things are going to come to pass. Okay. They're gonna come to pass. But again, I need you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to become very serious about your survival, become very serious about you uh, um, creating your supply line. Moving forward, October 3rd, 2023, I need you to start storing up your orders again. I need you to start storing up your supplies, your non-perishables. I need you to start storing up your medications. I need you to start storing up your batteries because we got to be ready before this thing hit. It appears that things are good, but that's just an appearance, family. That's just an appearance. I need you to start storing up on your rices, your peas, on your batteries, your candles, okay, your generators, okay. I need you to start putting some money to the side. I said this a couple years ago before that pandemic hit, and then it hit, okay. I'm telling you right now. Now, look, I don't operate from scarcity. I'm not talking about scarcity. I'm not talking about being fearful. I'm saying you need to have a storehouse in your house. The scripture says, bring all your tithes to the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house. Improve me. I'm telling you, you need to have a storehouse in your house. Okay. Why? Because most of the churches out here, they've only taken in money. They haven't taken in the goods. They haven't taken in the clothes to meet the needs of their congregants or to meet the needs of those in their communities or meet the needs in their city. They've only taken up the money to pay for their studio time, their broadcast time. But the scripture says this: bring your goods, bring them to the storehouse, that there will be meat in the house. Your houses, my house. We're going to have to start storing stuff up. We're going to have to start creating our own supply lines that we can make sure that our families, our friends, our family, and our friends have what they need to survive. Watch this. If you are a fan of the Walking Dead, you remember the people who was living, they were scavengers. And they was going from house to house, from city to city, what? Trying to find what? Non-perishables, food, clothes, guns, ammo, cars, gas, so they can survive. I think you need to start thinking like that. I think you need to start thinking like that. No, as a matter of fact, I know you need to. We're living in a media, let me say this right. We're living in a time where you just can't trust legacy media. More people are getting their information from Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. They're not getting their information from your traditional sources because the traditional sources have been co-opted. That's why I say, if you got a voice, if you got common sense, and you got a mic, or you got a phone, or you got a computer, and you sincere about the survival, the preservation of your people, first start with you, your family, your friends, your community, then you need to be on social media. You need to be in front of this camera. You need to be in front of this computer. You need to be talking to the people. This is not the time to wait for somebody else to do something that you can do. You may just have to reinvent yourself for the survival of yourself. Watch this. I had to reinvent myself. I am no longer the police. I'm an instructor. And I'm ready to reinvent myself again and do something else. Again, I told y'all, I'm real close to running for office. I made a declaration earlier this year about running for office. Okay? Because when you don't like what you see, then you be the thing you want to see. Okay? And I know when I run, I'm going to win. Okay? Just that confident. I know how to use the social media piece. When I ran a couple years ago with Tanya Brooks in District 9, our Brandywine, we took third place in the runoff. Okay? Sidney Harris won. But it wasn't until they did a runoff. Okay? And we took third. I was the treasurer. Okay? So I know what it takes. And I got folks in place. I know some kingmakers. Okay? My thing is, I just know so many other qualified people to do this, but they just so scared to do it. And then I say, well, you know what? Well, damn it, I'll do it. We need some more people to say, well, damn it, I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. And if anybody on social media who's been following me for years, you know when I put in my mind to do something and do it, I do it. I see it through, whether win or lose or fail. Do it. I don't have a problem with failing. I don't, I don't, I don't get into a situation to fail, but I get into it because I believe in my cause. Okay. That's why I do the gun piece. That's why I do the God piece. That's why I say I'm unapologetically a follower of the revolutionary Jesus, because I know that you don't kill weak people. You kill people who are disruptors. I don't plan on dying no time soon. I plan on being around here for a long time, at least to 135. I'm just saying. I'm not going nowhere no time soon. Number one, I'm handsome and I'm aging backwards and I'm seasoned. See, I had to throw a little joke in there. I had to break the ice. I know how serious I can be. Um, but I see you, Alfonso McAllister. I see you, Soldier. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. I don't know who else is on, but again, family, I need you to start um, putting some stuff away. The media has not been forthright with a lot of the factories that's been destroyed, set on fire. The media has not been forthright with certain farmlands in America being bought up by one person. The media has not been forthright with Wolfpack in the house. I see you, Pastor Wilkins in the house, Wolfpack in the house. The media has not been forthright with the supply lines that's been disturbed. Okay. Um, Again, family, we live in the information age. America is the information capital of the world. Let me say this again. America is the information capital of the world. And we who are here have access to information that people in other parts of the world they have no access to. And it is a tragedy that we have so many people. We have 330 million people in America who have access to this information highway, and we refuse to use it. We have the Encyclopedia Britannica on our hip. Say this again. We have the Encyclopedia Britannica on your hip. You have Siri to act. You just, oh, let me not say that name too long, because that thing will pop up, start talking to me. You see that? Okay. You have no excuses for not knowing. But I think I know what the problem is. I think I know why people don't want to know the truth. And it's called cognitive dissonance. It's when you believe something for so long, for so strong, that when you get something that goes against that belief, you can't accept it, because you have to hold on to your beliefs, your traditions. And that's why cognitive dissonance, cognitive dissonance for the collective. Okay. Again, you have an Encyclopedia Britannica on your hip. There's nothing you don't have to have, you don't have an answer to. You just ask your phone. People around the world send their children, countries around the world send their children here to get the information that you get for free. That's why I say the best things in life are not free. They're just not. They're just not. When I pay for something, I got a great appreciation for it. Okay. Versus somebody give me something. That's why I make people pay. You know, you give your cards out, they get your card, then they throw it in the parking lot on the ground. But if they had to pay for that card, they ain't throwing it away. They had to pay $1 for that card, they're not throwing it away. I think you need to start charging people for your information. Uh, Pastor said you honor what you pay for. Absolutely. Family, y'all do know I pay for the social media, right? This is not free. I pay to be on StreamYard. I pay to be on Zoom. This ain't free. This is not free. And when that little cash app thing scrolled across, that's a suggestion. That's a suggestion. I ain't got to say it, but you see it scrolling across at the bottom screen. Subscribe to the channel, like, share. Watch this. It don't cost you nothing to give me a thumbs up. Now, my enemies who watch me, I don't expect them to give me a thumbs up or a like. But my friends, the folks who know they're getting something from me, I expect that from you. Because I would do it. I'd be throwing them hearts up so fast. I'd be typing that stuff in. Because I support you. But I pay for this. And listen to me, I'm not complaining. I'm letting you know that the best things in life are not free. I don't know. Watch this. I'm gonna say something to you. I want to be a billionaire so bad. Because for me to be a billionaire, that means I don't mind paying bills. Billionaires pay bills. That's why it's called billionaire. They pay bills. And they may not pay taxes. And I'm ready for that too. Yeah, yeah. But my desires, whew, what I can do with a couple of million, what I can do with a couple of billion. And as I say, why not me? Why not you? Why don't when I see Bill Gates, when I see Elon, when I see Jeff Bezos, when I see the Oprah, I say these words, that's me. When I see the G7 and they discussing world events, I start thinking if you're not invited, then you're on the menu. I'm saying that's me. I should be in these meetings. I should be in those meetings. I should have my hand on the trigger for a nuclear bomb. Go over some of your heads. You're so used to Putin can have his finger on the trigger. Biden can have his finger on the trigger. Macron can have his finger on the trigger. Or why not you? Come on, man. Come on. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't like to even go this way sometimes, but I'm just saying, oh my God. Again, if somebody wants to ask a question, throw something inside the comments. You want to come on? We're just having a conversation right now. We're just having just Yanir, Pastor Ukin says there's an expectation of reciprocal support. Absolutely. Yes, there is. If you're not expecting something, you're not going to get something. Look, the scripture says, give, and it will be given unto you. Good measures, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men give unto your bosom. It's reciprocal. Give, and it shall be given unto you. The only relationship I know that's not reciprocal, ooh, and I've seen it in my years as a police officer in these streets, it is the relationship between the parent and the child. That's the only one I've seen that's not really reciprocal. Because a parent's job is to pour into protect, provide, educate, give instructions, and it's not always received. It's not always reciprocated. And plus, the child doesn't ask to be here. So you must do what you need to do as a responsible adult. That's the only relationship I know that's not reciprocal. Is the relationship between the parent and the child. And I reserve the right to be wrong. And if anybody wants to challenge me, they can. Okay. So again, I need you guys to share this video. I need you to like it, or you can dislike it. But I need you to thumbs up it. Give me some hearts or something. But I'm not gonna come at you like this all the time. But I think again, do not think that I'm not paying attention to what's out here in this world. And don't get me wrong. Yes, I'm an affirmation machine. I'm an encourager. But I want to see so much more for this country. I want to see so much more for my people. Okay. And I believe in cultural pride. I'm a proud foundation of Black American. I'm a proud Black American. I'm proud. You know? Because I know the sweat, the blood that my ancestors put into this country. You know, I know that when this country says one word, the soil coughs up the blood of my forefathers. And you think I'm not going to put some respect on my ancestors? Shata. Ooh, don't get me started in this joint. Y'all gonna make me do a flashback from 3 years ago when I was going so hard on this black stuff. I might have to have a flashback moment real quick. Okay. What should say? Brother Eli, yes, sir. Look here, Brother Eli. Brother Eli, soldier, seasoned elder, minister. Look, top flight. I'm talking about good brother. Good brother. Thank you, Brother Eli. He said, yes, sir. Tell it like it is. Brother, look here. I'm only sharing the conversations that we've had. And that brother went to the class too. He's a wolf pack. Yeah, just make sure them crazy Maryland State getting stuff right, but that brother's a wolf pack too. Salute to Brother Eli, Mr. Eli. You know, X. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Yes, Mr. Eli's in here. But look here, when I see brothers who I know solid, good, faithful, just clean in his conversations, in his mind, you can't put a price on that man. I can sit back and talk to this brother all day. Brother Eli he play cards. And he play cards. Go ahead, brother. We used to play cards together. That's how I met that brother. I met him playing poker. Don't get it twisted. I plays poker, Texas Hold'em. Yeah. I will win. Don't make me go to the casino tonight. I'm just saying. And if I do, it's my business. Okay, because I'm going to win. As a matter of fact, if I keep thinking about it, I've already won. I just need to go there and get my money. As a matter of fact, I see a straight flush in my head and quad fours. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. But family, again, I have fun. I like to, look, I just, I'm just trying to encourage I'm just trying to encourage your family. That's all. Trying to keep you informed, try to keep you abreast what's going on. But the main thing, try to do what others are not doing, which is to warn you and give you a heads up of what's coming down the pike and what could be coming down the pike. Okay. Again, look, I need you to take what I'm saying serious. I'm going to remind you that you're just not talking to a brother, to your typical brother in the street. I'm retired after giving almost 3 decades to the police department. And I know some folks don't like the police. It's okay, because I'm going to tell you the truth any old way. Okay. When I tell you you need to do something, it's not a suggestion. I think you need to do it. You know why? Because I'm doing it. And I wouldn't tell you to do something that I'm not going to do. I've got my water. I got my water filtration system that if the dang on the water grid shut down, you can go get like a 4-pack of water filtration systems at Costco's, where you can just put the little tube in the water, drink it, and then turn that water into fresh water. I got the little the fire starter, you know, a little where you can just your little matches and it'll start your own fire. Okay. I've got quite a few survival things. I got my compasses, I got my knives, and I got my guns. Okay. Just in case. This is not to scare you, to frighten you. This is just to enlighten you, to take things a little more serious. Okay. Um, and yes, and Pastor, I want to confirm what we discussed on today, what you should have been doing 2 years ago. That your house need to become that storehouse. You need to start saving up stuff right now. The batteries, putting the food away. We have to create supply lines for the survival of our collective. Okay, we just have to, family. We don't have the luxury to wait for the news to tell us what to do, because they're not telling us nothing but just garbage, and they just keep repeating the same stories. If everybody is saying the same thing, then who the hell is thinking? Who's thinking? ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox. If they're all saying the same thing, who's thinking? I mean, I can't even watch them. I used to watch Democracy Now! I can't even watch that. They've been compromised. I'm not watching. I'm not listening to a whole lot of radio. Radio One. I'm done with them. I know Captain Hughes is celebrating 50 years. Radio One, something like that. 40 years. Let's say 40 years. Yeah, 40 years. But the garbage they put out, I would hold her person responsible for the garbage, this music, this nationwide from her stations. I'm not going on record. Probably never get an invite to Radio One after this one, Urban One. But the garbage that's coming from that company, that rap, and they playing that stuff over and over again. Nah. No, I'm not supporting that. No. I can almost put the destruction of the Black community at the feet of Radio One or Urban One but that garbage is coming out on the radio. Tell her I said so. Okay. What you're gonna learn about me is this. I don't mind going back to the drawing board and saying what we did right and what we did wrong, so we don't make the mistakes. So we don't make the same mistakes. You know, history teaches us what we did right and what we got wrong. When I study history to see what we did wrong and what we got right, so we don't make the same mistakes. Most people study history because they romanticize history. I don't romanticize history. I'm trying to figure out what did we do right and what did we get wrong, so we don't make the same mistakes. In education, if I was to define education, education is not about degrees on your wall, certificates in your hand. Education is more so you going and acquiring the knowledge to help your collective, that you achieve a degree of knowledge, information that's going to help your collective. The countries that send their brightest students to America, they don't expect their students to get married, get engaged. They expect their students to extract the resources, the information, and bring it back to their countries, and so they can make their countries better. That's the goal of education. It's not to be bragging about, I got this, I done that, I got this degree, that degree, I went here, went there. Are you making the collective better? That's the goal of education. It is not what we've been doing for all these years, bragging about what we got, what we went to. Other countries send their best and brightest to America so they can bring back that knowledge to help their people get better. And if your education is not helping your people, then your education is garbage. And I'm speaking from experience because I'm giving you the education I received in law enforcement, and I'm giving it to you. It made me the person who I am. The least I can do is give it to you. It does me no good just to sit it on a shelf, get some dust on it, and brag about what I did, what I've done, where I've gone. Well, have you helped your people? I don't know who done came on here who got me fired up, but thank you. I appreciate this. I do. No, family, what is this? I see what's coming around the corner. And I'm also listening with my ear if others see it too. And yes, we do have some voices out there to see it, but we don't have enough voices. We got too many zombies out here who just get instructions from traditional media sources. They don't want to be disturbed. They don't want to be disturbed. They just, can we all just, I would love for us all to get along. Would. But before we can all get along, let's make sure my people get some resources. Yeah. Yes, this America is a resources game. Whoever have the resources, they call the shots. Whoever have the resources, they feed their families. Whoever have the resources, they build their communities. And if you don't have the resources, you will be a perpetual indentured servant. I see a class system coming in America. It's already here. It's already here. Okay. So look, I'm gonna bring this fish in. I'm gonna reel it in right now. I've been talking long enough. Look, if you are interested in coming online with me and having a conversation, we can have a conversation. If you have a business, you put it in the comment section. Again, we don't have the luxury right now to just be, it's all about me. No, it's all about all of us. If we fail, we're going to fail together. Okay. If you have a business, Pastor, put your church. You got a 7 o'clock service tomorrow. The Brook Church is opening tomorrow for a Bible study. I believe it's from 7 o'clock to 8. I'm gonna try to peep in there before I do mine on 8 o'clock. Put your information inside the comment section. Dr. Kristen Span, she has landlord tenant piece that she does. Put your business inside the comment section. You got Sarita who does Crash Pop Blue. She does shirts. She does designs. She does accessories. Put it inside the comment section. If you have a business, you need to put your business whenever I'm on. Just throw it inside the comment section. Okay, because I envision millions very soon. And we might as well start sharing the information, sharing your stuff right now, and you can access the folks that's on these on my social media feed. Okay, I envision millions. I don't know when it's going to hit, but when it hit, it's going to hit. When it hits, it's going to hit. It's already correct. It's already hitting. Okay. So again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who took time out of their day to tune in for this broadcast on whatever social media platform you're seeing there. Always remember this. My prayer for you. This is how I pray. I don't know about nobody's prayer. This is how I pray. I want health for you. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy. I want you to have love. Why not? Others are getting love. I want you to be successful. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to be prosperous. I want you to have all the resources that you need to get to your next level. And I want you to have unlimited money. I mean that. And when I say money, I'm just not talking about the green. I'm just not talking about the shiny stuff. I'm talking about the gold. I'm talking about the emeralds. I'm talking about the rubies, the carbuncles. I'm even talking about the spices. I'm talking about the energy of money. I want you to have unlimited money, unlimited resources, unlimited wealth. Why? Why? I tell you why. Because the scripture says, to me and to you, I'm giving you all things to enjoy. If you're not enjoying it, that's on you. But for me, I'm going to enjoy it while I'm here. I'm going to get my slice of pie right here, right now. I am not waiting until I get to the other side. I'm going to get it right here and right now. Okay? So that's my prayer for anybody who's listening to this broadcast. Health, happiness, love, success, wealth, prosperity, resources, and unlimited money. That's my prayer for you. Okay? Thank you, Brother Eli. Rest well, my brother. And always remember this, family. At the end of the day, a lot of people know stuff. They've gone to school, gone to college, and everything. It's not how much you know. A lot of people know a lot, but they don't care. It's how much you care. It's how much you care. And there is a lone wolf in you. I'm determined to get that wolf out of you. As a wolf can survive without the pack. That's what makes the wolf so unique. Don't need the pack. You can do this. I believe in you. So go do it. With that said, have a great evening. Stay encouraged. Be back here tomorrow. Like I said, I'm running late. I ain't got my long wolf. I got on my Jefferson shirt tonight. Yes, the Jefferson Hotel. Thomas, forefather, he ain't right. Jefferson, you know what he did. But That's neither here nor there. Again, share this video, like this video, subscribe to the channel. You see the PayPal, you see the Cash App, you know what to do. You can support. It won't hurt. And everything is going right back out to you, the people, for the building of Lone Wolf Firearms nationwide. Stay encouraged. I'm out of here. Bless you all.